what we're going to be doing is updating an app on Apple's App Store. So in order to do this, first we're going to go into efixapps.com back office. We're going to go to manage. We're going to go to applications, and we are going to search for our app. In this tutorial, we will be updating Sharper Image Barbershop app. And we're going to click on edit. Okay, so now that we have our location, we're now going to go to App Store Connect, and we're going to log into the appropriate app store. In this case, we're logging into Tyreek's App Store Connect account. We are going to click on My Applications. Then what we're going to do is we're going to click on the app that we will be updating. Now, what we need to do here is take note, this number here, 27, is the version number that it is on. So what we need to do is update this number in our back office so that when we go to create the new Xcode file, it has the latest one. So let's go back to the efixapps back office, and then we're going to update the version number. In this case, it's 27, which matches here. We are going to update it to 28. And then we are going to click Save Status and Version. We'll hit OK. And all we're going to do to make sure that this version has updated is to click Refresh and make sure that we have the latest version. Now that we know that we have the latest version, what we're going to do is come down here and click on Generate Source Code. Then we'll wait some time, and we will refresh the page and download the latest source code. Once that's downloaded, let's go ahead and find that to Safari and click the search engine. We're going to open up the white one here. Let's go ahead and double click that. And that will open it up inside of Xcode. You may get this pop-up window. Let's go ahead and hit Trust and Open. We now have the app open in the first thing we need to do here is go to signing and capabilities, and we are going to uncheck audio, AirPlay, and pictures. We have to uncheck this before we can upload the app. The next thing we're going to do is hit automatically manage signings. Then we'll hit this blue button here that says enable automatic. Now we're going to search for the team. So in this instance, because we are doing Tyreek Jackson's app, we're going to look for Tyreek Jackson. If you don't find the developer account, we're looking for the name on the developer account that shows up here in the developer account. What name is here? If that name is not also here, what we have to do is log in to the person's developer account inside of Xcode. So as you can see here, we're in Xcode. If I click on Finder, I'm in Finder. If I click on Xcode, I'm in Xcode. We want to make sure we are in Xcode. And then we're going to click on Settings. Settings will bring up this window here. This is going to allow us to log in. As you can see, all the different people that we're logged into will come up here. If we're logged into them on this screen, it will give us access to choose them. But if they're not logged in on this screen, we won't have access to choose them to do the signing. So what we're going to do is hit this plus button here to go ahead and add them. It's going to say, do you want to add an Apple ID? We're going to say continue. That's what we're doing, is adding an Apple ID. Now we need to go ahead and put the username and password in here. Hit next, and we'll put the password here and hit next. Now Xcode is logging in to that person's Apple developer account. Okay, so now this developer account will be an option if it wasn't already. Now again, if it's already an option, you just choose it. If not, that's how you get it to become an option. So now we're going to go ahead and click on Team. Now we're looking for that developer account. And again, the name here should match the name here in the Apple developer account. That's what we're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. Now I want you to take notice here in this section, what's happening. It's actually looking, it's updating the provisioning. And this is what you want. You don't want any red errors here. This means that everything turned out okay. It's signed. Perfect. The next step we need to do, now that the app is ready to be set, before we move on to our next step, we have to go to the developer account, to the App Store Connect. We'll go back to version 27. Now remember, this is going to be version the next number up. So if it's version 6, it'll be version 7. In this case, is version 27. We're going to do version 28 and hit create. We should now be in a status of prepare for submission. Okay. So I hit here, ready for sale. This is the existing one, version 27. Prepare for submission is now ready to receive a new build. Okay. See, our build is not here yet. Had we sent this up earlier, it wouldn't have been ready to receive it. Now it is ready to receive this build. So let's go ahead and send the build. Now, in order to send the build, what we're going to do is we're going to start by clicking in this area to choose a different format. The format we're looking for is any iOS device ARM64. This is what we're looking for, any iOS device. There may be this word here, but what we're looking for here is any iOS device. Then we're going to go up here to product. We're going to go down to archive. And it's going to start processing. You'll notice in this area, it is processing. These numbers are counting up. It'll do this. Now, what this is asking for is the password of the computer. So I'm going to type in of the account that you're in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in the password of the account that I am logged into when I logged into the computer. And I'm not going to hit always. I'm not going to hit only allow. I'm going to hit always allow. So let's go ahead and click on always allow. There you go. We should get this success sign saying build succeeded. And now we are ready to distribute the app to the App Store version number 28. In this case, it's number 28. Let's go ahead and distribute app. App Store Connect. We'll hit next. Upload. Now that app is processing. And what it's doing is reaching out to Apple servers to create some certificates and some signings. And it is now archiving the app. Perfect. So it's ready to move forward. Let's go ahead and hit next. And we're going to automatically manage signings. We're going to hit next. Now this process may take a while, but you're waiting for this screen to show up. Okay. Now we're going to hit our final button here, upload, and it's going to begin uploading the app to the App Store. This will take a few minutes. What we want to do now as we wait for that is make sure that all our screenshots are updated in Apple's App Store. Some of them are already here. So the iPad versions are already here. You can leave those in place. 6.5 is here, but this app has not been updated with a 6.7 display. That has to be there. Also, we have to make sure that we fill in this section where it says, what's new in this version? What we're normally going to put here is bug fixes. And we will hit save. Let's see what else we can correct here. Now, what we're also going to do is in the sign in required section, we're going to go ahead and check that off if it's not already checked off. And we are going to create a new username and password in the back office for this app. So let's go back to the effectsapps.com back office. We are going to impersonate. We're going to click on the app, click on manage, and we're going to go to users. And we're going to go ahead and hit create a new user. And this will be a demo. So we'll say Joe Doe. Now the name here is not important. What is important is that the email be exactly correct. Okay. So we will put tester at test123.com. Okay, doesn't matter as long as this, what I like to do is go ahead and copy this and then paste this here in this section. Then I'll create a password here. I can create the password as password123, and then I'm going to copy and paste that back into this section here and then clicking save. If it asks for a number, we can put a fake number here as long as it's 10 digits, 215-555-1212, and go ahead and hit save. So now that info is saved inside of the app. So if Apple goes to testers, they will be allowed in the app. Let's go ahead and hit save. Now, while we're waiting for the build to be submitted, we also want to make sure we check, because this app is already published, we want to check a few things here. Pricing and availability, all countries, that's fine. Then we want to go to the app privacy, make sure that that's updated. Okay, so here, as I can see, this says data is not collected from this app. That is no longer true. We do collect data from this app, and we have to declare that in order for Apple to approve this app. So let's go ahead and hit edit. We are going to say, yes, we collect data from this app, and then we're going to click next. We're doing all this while we wait, and we're going to go ahead and click on name and email and hit continue. Now that we've said we're declaring this, we're going to go ahead and set up. What we're going to do is we're going to check off app functionality. They need to give their name and email so that they have access to some particular app functionality. The next thing is going to be, are the names collected from this app linked to user identity? No. And we'll hit next. Next. Do we use third-party tracking? The answer here again is no. That's going to be true for the name, and we're going to give the same answers for email. We're going to go app functionality. Next. No. Next. 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 And no. Pub. So now what we've done is updated the app privacy. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to prepare for submission, which is where the update is happening. So we need at least 3 new screenshots. Now, in order to get the 6.7 display screenshots, what we're going to do is go to Xcode. Here you go. Now we need this green check. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Done. That build has now been sent to Apple and will be there in a few moments. Now that that build is done, we're going to click on any iOS device here, and we're going to go down to the iPhone 14 Pro Max. The iPhone 14 Pro Max is the screenshots that we need to update here, 6.7. So now that we've changed this to iPhone 14 Pro Max, we're now going to hit this play button. And what that's going to do is build a simulator. Build succeeded, perfect. And it's going to build a simulator in the background. And I see it under here. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. It's actually building the app inside of an iPhone, inside of the computer. Now, these icons up here give us the opportunity to control the phone as if it was a phone in our hand. And we're looking to hit this button here. So I'm going to go ahead and save the splash screen. And it says allow notifications. We're going to go ahead and hit yes. This front screen, I'm going to go ahead and hit that guy too. The contact us page, which is right here. I'm going to go ahead and drill into that. Okay. And I'm going to screenshot that. So when choosing your screenshots, try to choose things like, say, like book appointment, maybe a picture of the shop and the contact us page. So now I have those images saved on my desktop. Let's go back. I'm going to go ahead and hit choose file. And I'm looking for those images that I saved on my desktop. Here they go. And I'm going to go ahead and upload. I can hit shift on the keyboard and down and highlight all 3 of those and upload them. As you see here, they are taking them. If they didn't take them, there will be an error. We would have to get a different size. Okay, so those are now there. In this case, the old ones are fine. The old ones will do here. And we are now waiting for the build to come. Once the build is here, we'll be able to upload the build. Okay, so now that we've updated our app privacy and all those different things, now our build should be here. We want to check. We'll just refresh, scroll down, and we should see where the word build is. There should be a plus button there. And then we're going to click add build. We go to click add build. We're going to click on that button there, and we're going to say done. It is now version 28 is now ready. What we need to do now is missing compliance. We're going to go ahead and click on manage. And then we're going to click the second option here for standard encryption. Hit next. Is going to be available in French. The answer to this question is no. Then we're going to click save. So now that build is uploaded to Apple. We've taken care of the extracurriculars, like the screenshots and our privacy and our login info. Again, if that information is already there, we can leave it. And then we're going to go ahead and hit save. Then we're going to go ahead and hit add for review. Then we'll hit submit to app review. And the status we are looking for is waiting for review. We will know that it is completed and successful when it is in the waiting for review status. There you go.